Most people think the holidays are the worst time to buy a home, but the truth is, it could actually be your biggest opportunity. This is when serious sellers are still on the market, competition drops way down, and you as the buyer finally get some leverage back. So in today's video, I'm breaking down exactly why the end of the year is one of the best times to buy real estate here in San Antonio, how to spot year-end deals, and what strategies you can use to negotiate like a pro. Every year, right around mid-November, we start to see the San Antonio real estate market shift gears a bit. Families are focused on the holidays. They're traveling, kids have school events, and everybody's Christmas shopping. And fewer people are actively searching for homes. So that means buyer activity drops sometimes by 30 to 40% compared to the summer months. But here's the catch. Even though there are fewer buyers, there are still sellers who need to sell before the year ends. That combination creates a perfect little window where you can find homes that might have been overpriced in the summer. So now they're sitting on the market with sellers much more willing to negotiate. So think of it like this. In June, the market is extremely crowded and emotional because everyone's making offers. Kids are out of school, families are relocating during the summer months, and things are going a little wild. But by December, it's a little bit more calm and logical because everyone's Christmas shopping and worried about the holidays. And that's when the deals are made. So why are sellers more flexible at the end of the year? Well, there are a few big reasons. And the first reason is that many sellers are relocating for work and need to close before the new year. Maybe they just accepted a brand new job and they need to start at maybe January or February the following year. So they're looking to actually sell their homes and move on with what they have going on. Number two is that some are carrying two mortgages, one on their old home and one on their new build that's about to finish. So sometimes what happens is those that are looking to buy or upgrade homes, they're actively looking at the market, maybe new construction or resale, and they finally found the perfect home. Well, at that time, they actually want to not lose that home, so they're gonna put in an offer because they've been pre-approved prior to, because they actually have a current mortgage, but they've been pre-approved to purchase a new one. So they have their current mortgage, about to move into their second one, they want to close on the deal, or they want to actually take the home off the market. Well, they have to put in an offer. So once it gets accepted, they're locked in, but it's, however, contingent upon them selling their current home. So now that they have the new one, they definitely want to try to sell their other one. So their old home, if you will, is being listed on the market, and some are, in that case, carrying two mortgages. No one wants to do that, right? So they want to definitely sell their current one, and that could be what's happening in that particular situation. And number three, builders want to clear out their current inventory homes before January for tax and accounting purposes. You have to understand that there are several different builders. Some builders actually build as they go along because they've received offers, they received interest into building specific floor plans for buyers. And there's some builders that are actually building inventory homes that kind of sit on the market a little bit for those that are actively ready to move in, right? Move-in ready homes. However, those homes that are still sitting on the market, maybe they haven't sold them as quickly or as soon as what they were hoping for, they're actually in their inventory. So they're actually actively having to pay for the taxes, they're having to pay for the electricity, and the list goes on. So they definitely want to get those homes off their books going into the new year. And all of that adds up to motivation, and motivation is what drives negotiation power. When a home has been sitting for 60, 90, or even 120 days, sellers are much more open to price drops, closing cost credits, or repair requests just to get the deal done. I've personally seen deals this time of the year where buyers saved $10,000 to $15,000 just because they were willing to buy during the holidays when everyone else was sitting on the sidelines. Now let's talk about your advantage as a buyer. So with fewer active buyers, you're not competing with multiple offers. You can actually slow down and think a little bit more clearly and write an offer that actually works best for you, not just one that gets accepted in a bidding war. And that means you can start asking for things again. Maybe it's the refrigerator or washer and dryer, or maybe it's a seller credit toward your closing costs or a rate buy down to help you with your monthly payment. Now, these are all things that were off the table when the market was red hot. But now in December, or November and December, they're back in play. It's like walking into a store at the end of the season. Halloween just came and went, right? So if you go to the stores, you're going to see the same product and the same quality of product still on the shelves. However, instead of the high price tickets that they were, but now they're actually being sold for just a slight discount because everyone else has stopped shopping for those particular items. So let's bring this home to what's happening right here in San Antonio. We're actually seeing several opportunities in areas like Stone Oak, Alamo Ranch, Cibolo, New Braunfels, Seguin, and the list goes on for listings that actually came on the market during the summer and are still available, and those sellers are actually ready to close on their home. So they're actually ready to deal. And if you're looking to relocate to San Antonio, or if you're looking at purchasing a new construction home, we actually have two guides that Alyssa and I actually created for you all. So feel free to utilize the QR codes that are on the screen, or if you'd like, feel free to use the link down in the description below, and hopefully these can actually help you make a better decision on where to move to in San Antonio, in particular different neighborhoods, or actually the ideas of purchasing a new construction home. So whether you're a first-time buyer or moving up into your next home, this is a season where strategy can actually make a real financial difference. All right, so if you're thinking about buying, here's how to take advantage of these end-of-the-year opportunities. Number one is that you're going to want to get pre-approved early. Sellers take serious buyers seriously. And if you're pre-approved, you're in a much stronger position to negotiate, especially when they know you can actually close quickly. Now, here's the difference between pre-approval and pre-qualification. If you get pre-qualified, that means a lender has given you a rough estimate and an idea based on your word after answering a survey of questions. And based on that, they can give you an idea of what your purchasing power could be. Now, when you get pre-approved, that means you've actually taken a deeper dive into your situation of your credit score, your debt to income ratio, and what you actively make, right? Your gross and net income. And based on that, you actually have a much more better idea of what your purchasing power could be. And they stamp that approval with an actual letter. So it's called your pre-approved letter. So once you have that and you see a home that is currently on the market and you're ready to make an offer, submitting that pre-approval put you in a much stronger position. Now, the second thing is that you're going to want to target homes that have been listed on the market for at least 45 days and on. So homes that have been listed for a while are often the ones where sellers are most open to deal. Let's say you've actually listed your home on the market and it's been 1 day on the market. You just listed it yesterday. Well, you may not be willing to negotiate on the price of the home. You're going to be strong in your position of where you actually listed your price to be sold at. Now, let's say you're 45 days into the listing or 60 or 90 days into the listing. Well, at that time, maybe you had already wanted your home to be sold and it's not. So you may be more willing to negotiate on the price of the home or negotiate other aspects of the offer of the home to close on the home and get rid of that property to have it sold. Now, on the other hand, maybe you want to negotiate more than the price. Everybody wants a good price of a home. However, asking for closing cost credits or appliance packages or even a 2-1 rate buy down, many sellers are actually open to doing that. So as I mentioned, of course, everybody wants a better price of the overall price of a home. However, let's say you need actual assistance in purchasing that home. Not so much with your down payment, but maybe you need assistance with your closing costs, right? Everybody has a closing cost and it could range from anything depending on the price of the home. But let's say it's anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 or so. Well, let's say you only have half of that and you need to come up with the remainder of that closing cost. Well, we can actually negotiate on your behalf and get you more money for closing cost assistance by the seller. Or maybe you're actually looking to purchase a new construction home and they're actually giving you flexible cash, and they've given you a good interest rate. What we can do is actually negotiate on your behalf to actually get appliances for you. So although you're actually about to purchase the home, you're getting assistance with flexible cash to close on your property, and you have a good interest rate given by the builders. Let's say you need a refrigerator. Maybe you need a washer and dryer, or maybe you actually want complete blinds in your home, right? In addition to negotiating flexible cash, we can actually negotiate on your behalf for other items like appliances in your home, because at the end of the day, the home is great to have, but if you have nothing in it to actually live and to actually make it more comfortable, then things might be a little bit more difficult. So negotiating for appliances may be beneficial for you. And of course, you can't forget the rate buy down. And lastly, being flexible with closing dates could actually put you in a great position. Sometimes the seller just wants to be done with the property before the year. So offering a flexible closing date could help you get in a better position. So if you've been waiting for the perfect time to buy a home here in San Antonio, this might be it. The holiday season gives you a quieter market, motivated sellers, and a chance to negotiate deals that simply don't exist in the spring. So don't wait until January when everyone else jumps back into the market. You might want to take advantage of this window now. So if you're ready to start searching for a home and you want to know where the best deals are popping up, then feel free to reach out to us with the information on the screen. Alyssa and I would love to assist you with all of your real estate needs. So feel free to reach out to us with the phone number on the screen. Just send us a phone call, text, or email, and we would love to assist. We hope you have a lot of value out of this video, and we hope you have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the next video.